Welcome back to Dogwood Springs Outdoors. Today we're halfway outdoors. We're in the garage. I am trying out this Clyde's Recoloring Balm. My leather seats in my truck are in pretty rough shape. But anyway, we just went through with a deglazer, and I'll show you that and why. And now we actually got the Recoloring Balm and are testing that out. So this is the passenger seat here. This is a dark leather, and that's what I ordered, dark brown. And just to see, I went ahead and kind of tested it. My console was in pretty bad shape too, and it's looking better. It's showing more. I hadn't done this side over here, you can tell, but I did do a sample on the top there. So we're just going to keep going. You're supposed to allow 24 to 36 hours for it to cure. My problem is it's so hot and humid, I'm just dripping sweat. That's sweat all over seats. This is it. Really just got the one to test it out. It's around $30 or so each. You can get it from Clyde's or from Amazon. You just kind of dip it in here and work it around. Obviously it looks good right off the gate, but I could be spraying water on there and it would look like it was doing something till it dried. Not the easiest to do with one hand, but it says conservatively apply, not liberally, so that works for me. Especially considering the size of this container here. My seats are perforated, as you can tell, so I didn't know how that was gonna do, but I mean, I think that's gonna cause me to use more than I would have if they weren't. But it also causes it to not look as good on camera as it does to me. So the deglazing liquid that I got, you're supposed to test your seats just to see if they still, basically if they still got a sealant, you know, on them, kind of a waterproof protectant, because if it does, that keeps it from absorbing this stain or dye or whatever we'll call it. And so you just put a little bit of water on there on your seats to test it, to see if you have that or not. And if it beads up, then you do. And so that's when you need the deglazer. see. I think it's actually helping me because I can see better on the phone. The phone's lighter than what I can see. My door's been open so long, my interior light's cut back off. I should have started this earlier in the morning though. It is 9 o'clock now. I think we're already under a heat advisory. Heat index is supposed to be 108 to 110. Alright, so you can tell where it's hit. It's definitely much better. Alright, so now I'm going to do that and move over to the driver's seat. Alright, looks a little wet. I didn't do that part right there, but I did both sides. I'm going to come back to this depending on how much I have left. Spread it out because that's not as bad. It's just really lighter, those scuffs. You don't see so much with the naked eye. Alright, so it just started on this. Ain't done much. Sponge is stuck in there. See, that's raw right there. So this will be a good test to see what it looks like tomorrow. Don't want to try this without gloves. My gloves are black now. Again, I got it on that seat belt, so it'd probably be good to cover them with a plastic bag or something. Before, if you're doing this yourself. But anyway, y'all get the idea. We'll come back and show you what it looks like. So here's the seats now. This has been about, I don't know, several days after the initial application, and I have to say I'm really happy with it. And it looks better in person than it does on camera, even because the camera's gathering a lot more light and showing off, any little variations in it. So on the coloring, it did a really good job. And what it didn't do well, I think, is my fault, because maybe I didn't do a smooth, solid application in certain areas. Like you can see this right here, that I can see that as well without the camera, and I think that's just where it darkened it up, because I didn't hit enough, I didn't coat enough on that area behind it. So here we are on the other side again. You could just tell it's a different look where the leather's perforated there than the smooth, solid sections. We'll compare it to the back seat again, just so you can see, because I hadn't treated that. Well, somehow I locked it. So this is what we started with, a lot worse than this in the front seats. That kind of wear, and close to a week later, and had no fading really, and none of that came off on clothes. We actually got in it a lot earlier than I planned on. I was a little nervous that I'd get out and have stain on my shorts or something, but I did not after treating that. So again, overall, for the money, But anyway, no complaints. The truck really needed it, and it made a huge difference, in my eyes at least. So that's it. I just wanted to show you guys how this worked for me. I wasn't getting any kind of sponsorship. They didn't send me anything or ask me to do this, or there was no money involved whatsoever except what was paid for the product. And I didn't actually buy it myself. I got it as a gift, but I asked for it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. For me not to have done that before, I mean, the things that I'm not happy with were I think, user error that I could do better, and I can probably go back and fix. But for what it's worth, $30-something, I think is what that container cost. And I got both front seats and the console with that, and had a little bit left over. So overall, like I said, it's good stuff, and I would use it again. So if it's something you're looking at doing, it's not too hard. I would not recommend doing it when it's as hot as it was when I did it, because I was, like I say, dripping sweat all over the seats. But it still turned out well, and it did what I was hoping it would do. Met my expectations for sure. So, but that's it for this time, guys. Thanks for watching, and come back and see us.